Hey, good morning, everybody. I cannot believe that right now I am talking to a man who is on the top of Mount St. Helens. Hey, let's just say hi to him right away before his phone zaps out. It's Carew Papritz. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's just incredible being up here on this stunning, gorgeous Washington day. Oh, my gosh. It's unbelievable.
Hey, sometimes known as the cowboy philosopher, you're from Auburn, Washington. You have an award-winning, nationally acclaimed book called The Legacy Letters. You've gotten a gold medal from the Mom's Choice Award, a Nancy Pearl Award for that book. You're doing these book signings in all these really intense places, and now are you actually really doing a book signing on the top of Mount St. Helens?
I actually did. I brought some books up, and I already signed some books up here, and people were utterly surprised. They just couldn't believe it. And I just came off, well, of course, up here on this wild, wonderful Washington's first ever book tour. We did one on the Skagit River, up in the Space Needle. We got a few more to go, and I'm actually I came off a 3-week first ever whistle stop tour, the first one done since Mark Twain, that we believe. That went from Orlando to Niagara Falls and did all these incredible, what I call pop-up book signings all over. And it was Times Square and the National Monument and Washington, D.C. It was Niagara Falls. It was just incredible.
That is nuts. So there's nobody up there handing you a book to sign that is a fan. I mean, I don't get it. You sign.
Well, no, I bring them on up and tell them what's going on, and they just cannot believe it. And I've got the photos and to show folks, because the not believe it part is right there. So they look at that and say, oh gosh, this is incredible to get a book signed on top of Mount St. Helens. So I'm thinking about opening a new bookstore up here.
Yeah, really. Hey, tell me what the ascent is like. I mean, how long does it take? I don't really know anything about St. Helens, except that it blew off and it's a shell of its former self. So tell us, like, when you took off and what it took to get there.
We got up pretty darn early because of our heat situation here. So we had to get out about 3:30 in the morning, and but we beat the heat, and it's nice and cold up here, so it's absolutely stunning. And we got a number of folks walking around up here right now that they've made it, and they're pretty darn happy.
I mean, it's snow, and you had to use crampons and all that
stuff?
No,
there's snow fields up here, but no, for the most part, it's a lot of what they call pumice and rock, and it takes a pretty fair amount to walk on up here. So
how long did it take to get up there?
It takes about 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours, and then it takes about 2 hours to get back down.
But you need to be a mountain climber to do it. Is that right? No.
Anybody that's in good physical shape and that loves to hike in the Pacific Northwest can, anybody. But
you can get
It's a bit of a strenuous hike, but you could definitely do it.
That's so cool. Can you see like into the crater and that it's?
Yes, I'm literally looking down into the crater right now. I mean, you got to realize when the mountain blew, of course, many of us were all around here at the time, but to see the damage done or the, just how much of the mountain, it's like taking a cupcake and taking out the top and the sides and leaving, or taking out the middle of it and leaving the top and the sides, or part of the top and sides. And that's what it's like. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. I flew over it. Like a year afterwards in my dad's little Cessna.
Yeah.
And it was, God, there's so much turbulence over it still. It's crazy. It's a lot of energy there.
Oh, my gosh. Just again, stunning, but also stunning. The mountains are out. Mount Adams and the Rainier and the Goat Peaks and Mount Hood. It looks incredible. You can even see the Olympic Range from here. I mean, it is as clear can be. It is just stunning.
I'm so happy for you. So, Carew, tell me how Legacy Letters is relating to your very adventurous publicity tour.
What I did was I took sort of the passion behind the letters in the book of this father who's, he'll never live to see his kids, and he leaves behind this sort of practical, moral, and spiritual guidebook for them, this sort of love story about life, and sort of translated that into the love that I feel that I have for the Pacific Northwest, and taking that passion and taking it into these unusual book signings, but nonetheless, it's the love of the outdoors, which is represented in the book, and just the sheer passion for living.
Carew Papritz, The Legacy Letters. You've had a lot of success. I mean, you are your own one-man publicity machine.
really been something because we've had a number of book signings all around the Puget Sound and the Barnes and Nobles and Costco. And it's getting out nationwide, so folks can, they can pick it up and take a look at it. We're really proud of our awards. Getting that Mom's Choice Award was a really big one, and we've won a number of others. And it looks like people are really gravitating toward it. They're finding a lot of different. There's just this hunger for more meaning in one's life. I guess we all want that to some degree.
Hey, this is a heavy book, man.
No, it's a light book. It's a book about living life to its fullest.
A husband and a wife separate. It's completely fictional, right? The legacy letters.
I wrote this as all fictional.
Not heavy at all.
Lee, that's funny.
So where'd you come up with the idea for this poor guy who's dying and they're having a terrible time and she's pregnant?
Well, he's not, because what he does is he decides he really wants to write these letters about life to leave behind for his kids and his wife, and they become this real passionate, series of letters about everything from, let's say, how to buy a used car, to taking care of horses, to love and marriage, and the importance of saying thank you and please, and the work ethic and things like that. So it's really, it's interesting about how powerful they can be for people and life affirming.
That's so great. So it's like his legacy letters to his kid, to his children, his wife. It's like a guidebook to life, what he's learned.
Exactly. And that's what the Huffington Post called it. And recently, Margaret, I was on the New Day Northwest TV show, and Margaret Larson, echoed the same refrain. And she said just parents would really love this book. And I agree. It looks like a lot of parents are drawn toward it.
That's so nice. Now, the guidebook, the legacy letters, is it because that he has screwed up and he kind of gets in check with himself?
Yeah, in essence, he this sort of tragic beginning is the fact that he ends up dying up in this cabin. I mean, the backstory is a bit tragic, but what he does in the last 7 months of his life is also sort of a redemptive love story, and so it's a mix of both, most of the practical and the moral and the spiritual. So. And they're very private letters that the grown-ups, so what happened was the grown-up kids, they received the letters on their 10th birthday, and they grew up with these letters. And so they wanted to give the letters to the world when they grew up. And so they gave 40 of the over 200 letters that he left behind. So there's actually, when you get to the end of this, and if you like it, there's more. There's the Legacy Letters Complete that's coming out next.
Oh, very good. Where'd you get the idea for this? Everybody, Carew Papritz is on the phone. Where'd you get the idea for this, man?
It was sort of interesting. I like to describe it as having an early midlife crisis, but I worked in, like someone said, gee, now you get to have two. But I was working in Hollywood, of all places. I was in the film industry. I got my degree in filmmaking and was doing that and working on feature films. And I just thought, I know it sounds cliche, but it was the fast-paced life, the celluloid lifestyle, the glittering lights and all that. And I thought, man, I'm a Washington boy. What the heck am I doing here? And so I ended up taking a long drive around the West and actually, of all places, I ended up in Arizona on a small ranch. My granddad had a ranch when I was growing up, in the area. But I came back to my roots.
Nice. What's going on? What's going on there at the mountain, man?
Yeah, we got all sorts of folks taking pictures out here, and they're pointing, and it's really fun.
What kind of phone? Are you on a regular old cell phone?
You guys are actually on a radio interview right now. So.
Hey, Carew.
Yeah.
Are you on a regular cell phone?
I'm on a regular cell phone.
God, it's the best reception I've ever gotten from a cell phone.
Isn't that amazing?
It's crazy. You are a delight. The Legacy Letters, his wife, his children, his final gift. Carew Papritz has written a great book, and he's quite an imaginative publicist by going around all these crazy places and calling us from, one of them right now, Mount St. Helens. I love it. I love the book. I just want to thank you so much for being on the show. You're a great guy.
Thanks, Lee. It's just so great to be up here and celebrating Washington in the book with you. And of all places, like I said, top of Mount St. Helens on this beautiful day in Washington State.
Hey, is there any more ash up there?
Oh, yeah. You want me to bring you some?
Yes, please.
I'll bring you a bag.
That's so great. Thank you so much.
All right, Lee, you take care.
You too. Bye, Carew.
All right, bye-bye.